Wait, did you hear what I asked you?
Yeah.
What did I say?
What did you say again?
Yeah. I.e., happens in nature, therefore I can do it morally.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
You don't think an animal is sentient?
No.
Do you know what sentient means? Can you just tell me what you take it to mean?
What does it mean? Yes.
Human flesh, no.
No.
Dog flesh?
I don't eat. I won't eat a dog.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Hi, thank you for coming and agreeing to debate. I know you came from. Nobody can see you, by the way. I hope that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you came from the OmniKing video, right? Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, I did.
And are you a fan of OmniKing?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So did you want to go through the claims that you made when it comes to veganism? Like, what are your arguments, your thoughts?
Yes, I'll go through it.
Okay, cool.
Veganism still kills animals.
Mm-hmm.
You you have the armors has to protect the crops and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, right or wrong.
Yeah. Has a vegan ever said they don't cause any harm whatsoever to you?
No, they never said that.
No. So why are you saying this to me? Because I didn't make that
Because
claim.
because the reason why I'm saying this to you, y'all think all meat eaters is harming animals.
They are, yeah.
And we just gotta survive. And I'm saying that y'all are also harming animals by buying from a grocery store. You should go if you really want to save
Mm-hmm.
animals, like you claim you do, you should go off grid and grow your own food. It's the grocery stores that's killing the animals, and you're supplying that, like y'all say with meat eaters. We are we are buying for killing of animals, and y'all are doing the same thing.
Okay, so obviously every person knows, or you would think they know, that their presence on this earth means that they probably are harming even human beings, correct?
Yeah,
Would that give someone justification to exploit humans further? Because they may participate in things like, I don't know, buying into a grocery store or a company that subsidizes bad things to humans? Does that mean that they're justified in exploiting humans further, like directly?
they're not exploiting humans directly.
That's not what I'm asking, sorry. Do you want me to
Okay,
repeat?
what are you asking?
So I'm saying the regular person, they acknowledge, and you acknowledge as well, just like I do, that, oh, just by existing, I'm going to cause harm to human beings. But that wouldn't mean you could, like, farm a human being and exploit them, does it? Just because you
Yeah,
already.
you're right.
Yeah. So that's the vegan argument. Just because I may harm animals by going to the grocery store or the supermarket doesn't mean I get to then pay for exploitative practices directly in industries that literally profit off doing specifically that, or exploiting them in other ways. That doesn't mean I'm then suddenly justified.
So, but we're not justifying the murder of animals also. But the thing is, there is people that has to survive, and not everybody can eat from a vegan diet.
Could you?
And there is accounts that people got sick from trying to do veganism.
Yeah, so the issue is firstly, when it comes to these videos and stuff, these are anecdotes. You can't know, like a lot of these people, they don't get blood work done. They don't actually know why. They are making guesses about why it went wrong. And then when you have the internet, people like the OmniKing saying, oh yeah, it's not really healthy. It's really hard to do, even though he backtracks on that when he actually has a debate with a vegan. It makes people think it's more dangerous than it is, when it's just, like any other diet. If you're going to go plant-based, you can do it a good way, a healthy way, or you can do it a bad way, just like you can with many permutations of diets. So a plant-based diet is not suddenly special. You can either do it well or you don't.
But my friend, he tried to be a vegan, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He said there was problems with the indications what he was doing, so he couldn't be a vegan. He had to become a vegetarian, so he has to have some meat. He
Wait,
tried being a vegan.
so wait, he was a vegetarian eating animals?
No, he was a no, he was a vegan first.
Right.
And then he was having some complications with that. He was getting like a swollen leg or something, I don't remember, and then he became a vegan.
What would the evidence be that a swollen leg would be caused by being vegan?
I'm not saying that's the case. I don't remember. He just told me that he had to eat some meat.
Do you
I
believe?
don't remember exactly.
Do you believe that the veganism caused his swollen leg?
I have no clue, honestly.
Because you're kind of bringing it up as if it's evidence against veganism. Otherwise, I don't know why you're bringing it up right now.
The reason why I brought it up,
Mm-hmm.
because he said, I didn't say that the swollen leg, I don't know what it was, but he said that he just could not just eat place-based vegetables. He has to have some meat in his diet. He said this.
Yeah,
That's why
but
I'm
just because
bringing
he's
it up.
saying it, I could say, oh, I'm not a millionaire because I have, I don't know, brown hair. Like, I could say that, but it doesn't tell you that that's true, right?
But why would he make something like that up? That just doesn't make any sense.
But people make stuff up all the time. Why?
Yeah, but not when it comes down to eating meat and their health.
Yeah, well, okay, so what has he used as evidence that veganism caused the swollen leg then?
I don't know. That's what he said though.
Well, if he hasn't got
And
any
plus,
evidence.
I said I don't remember if it was what he said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying the swan leg. I don't remember. He said something like that. We were talking, and he said he has to have some meat.
Okay. Well, unless he can provide evidence that would lead to him having like a swollen leg, something that is very like well known to probably lead to swollen leg swelling and stuff like that, then I don't know. We can't take his word for it. So I'm just gonna have to leave that, and we have to remember what you're referencing right now is an anecdote. What we want to do when it comes to diets and when it comes to anything empirical, we want to look at the data, the hierarchy of scientific evidence. We want to refer to, the most reliable sources of
Okay.
data. And so, have
Well,
you read any data about health outcomes for people who are plant-based?
yeah, yes, I read evidence that there was people that actually got sick because they could not handle a vegan diet at all.
What did you read?
People had complications. They were trying to take the vitamins, but that didn't work out for them.
What?
So,
Sorry,
and then
Nate.
people also died
Sorry,
from
Nate.
it.
What did you read? Where did you read it? What is it?
I read it from Google and accounts.
Yeah, that I'm talking about studies. So when I asked,
Uh,
have you read a study, like reliable sources of data, have you read any of
no,
those?
no, I didn't.
Okay. Right. Let's leave the health stuff for a minute and just refer back to, you said we need, I feel like we're going to go back there by mistake, but let's see. You said we need to survive. So that would suggest that we can't live without animals' bodies and their
No,
secretions.
I said some people
Okay, so,
can handle a vegan diet, not everybody.
well, I'm talking to you right now, so can
Yeah.
you?
I don't know. And I'm not going, I love my meat.
You love your meat. Well, I love meat too. I love vegan meat. I just had a vegan chicken wrap. So
Yeah,
I'm not
I
telling
don't want a
you.
vegan rat.
Hmm?
I don't want a vegan rat.
Okay, so just to be clear, do you think animals who aren't human deserve their rights to be respected?
Um, yeah, I think animals would have the right to be respected.
Mm-hmm. So do you think it's gonna be something that's compatible with respecting them if you're going to pay for their bodies, who, they were exploited throughout their life and farmed? Like, is that something that you think can be respectful for them?
But the thing is, like I said, you're not living off the grid. So you're also paying for animals to be killed. You are.
Nate, do you remember at the start of this conversation when we both acknowledged that we do cause harm just by existing?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we can then go out of our way to cause more harm if we can avoid those systems, yeah?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so can we drop that and move forward?
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, do you think it would be something that's like respectful or good for an animal to be farmed and then, sent to the slaughterhouse when they're of prime weight or, desired to slaughter them? Do you think that's like something that's respectful in your view?
No, it's not right. But
No.
it's not right. But you don't want to. I wanted to say, but it's essential for people's health.
What's essential for people's health? Sorry?
Meat, not everybody cannot handle a vegan diet.
Wait, so what evidence are you using for this?
There's plenty of counts of that.
What does that mean? What do you mean by accounts? Do you mean some sort of study that talks about
Yes,
specific
there are
people?
studies. Yes, there are studies. Not everybody cannot handle a vegan diet.
Okay, I'm gonna have to reject this until you give me the specific study you're talking about. Otherwise, I don't know what you're speaking about. Are you able to do that now, or is that something you'd like to do another time?
I can look for it now.
Okay.
A few moments later.
I'm trying to figure out how to put it on the chat.
There is a little like chat box thingy. Can you see it in the bottom right hand corner? It's like the second one in, like a speech bubble kind of thing. You see it?
Oh,
Oh, are you on mobile?
yes,
Ooh,
I'm mobile.
I don't know. I don't know how it works on there. I'm so sorry. Can you just tell me the title and the author of the paper? That might help.
All right, wait a minute.
2,000 years later.
If you want to send it another time, Nate, you totally can. I'm just gonna say with the Dr. Michael Greger thing, I don't
Yeah,
think he has a specific study on the claim you're trying to make. He makes YouTube videos and blogs and stuff, but I don't think he's like got a specific study pertaining to the claim that now I've forgotten. What claim are you trying to defend with this like article?
that not everybody cannot handle a vegan diet.
Yeah, I don't think Michael Greger has some sort of study on specific people who can't go vegan. I really am. I'll be shocked if he does.
Okay, so if you think this, so what do you think when it comes down to people that can handle a vegan diet? If you think he's not credible enough.
It's not that he's not credible. But the thing is, I'm looking for a study, like some sort of like randomized control trial, cohort study, all these sorts of things that are quite high up there, that on the hierarchy of scientific evidence that would compel me to change my view. Because can I right now, if you're going to take anecdotes and stuff, can I tell you about my friend's story?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, my friend Joe, his mum got sick while eating meat, and she had to get surgery in her large intestine. So if you're just going to kind of like refer to people's anecdotes or do what I think might be happening where it's like looking at blogs or YouTube videos as evidence, then you're just going to have to look at that and say, oh, meat must be bad then because someone got sick from it. It was a story that they gave about their life.
But here's the thing. Everybody's body is different. So if she got sick from a meat diet, from eating meat, that doesn't mean everybody can handle a vegan diet. Just like, I mean, you feel what I'm saying?
I understand what you're trying to say. However, I'm going to need some sort of like reliable evidence on specific groups of people who just cannot go vegan until my mind is changed. But you know what? For the sake of moving forward, or, being fair, I'll grant some people might not be able to be vegan right now. I grant that right now, there's maybe some people who need to rob people to survive. That doesn't mean I think burglary is justified, So, it might be the case that blanketly, I can't just say 8 billion people go vegan right now. Maybe I can't do that. So let's say that, but let's move it back to yourself. You're saying you could go vegan, but you just don't want to, right?
No, I just don't want to.
Okay. But you said before that you believe non-human animals deserve their rights to be respected, right?
Yeah.
How are you going to do that consuming their bodies?
Well, first of all, lions eat animals, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to eat my meat. I think it's not right for people there's more ways that you can kill an animal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though I don't like to watch it, but again, we still need meat. Which I'm going to keep eating my meat.
Hang on, before we talk about needing meat, because again, I don't, that's going to be another study to show that we biologically require the flesh of animals, and I rather honestly don't think you
do, but
okay. Fine. So we do. So we'll table that for now, and we'll deal with that in a minute. So you said lions eat animals. Do you think because lions do it, you're justified in doing it?
Our bodies is made for that. Not everybody.
It's not so much. Wait, did you hear what I asked you?
Yeah.
What did I say?
What did you say again?
Yeah. So you said lions eat animals, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you think because lions do it, it's justified for you to do it?
Yeah, I think it is justified.
Can I show you why using that logic is a really bad idea?
Why?
So there's other stuff that lions do that I don't think you'd be okay morally with doing. So when lions, they go to a new pride, the males, the first thing that they'll do is they will kill all the children who don't belong to them biologically. So they'll just kill all these infants. Do you think it's justified to come into a new family group and then kill all the infants who are not your own?
No, I don't. And you're just diverting that. That has nothing to do with the argument.
It has one-to-one absolutely everything to do with it. Can I explain why?
Why?
Because this is like what is like a very popular fallacy. It's called the appeal to nature fallacy. It's people look out into nature and they go, oh, it happens in nature, therefore it's good. So if you see a lion out there killing little lion children, and then you're like, oh, well, that happens, so it's good. That's an appeal to nature fallacy. You're just deriving a good from the presence of it happening in nature. So that means anything natural, if you have this argument, then logically what would follow is hospitals are bad because they combat disease and disease is natural. Killing infants who are of not your blood, that would be absolutely justified because that happens in nature. Horrific things happen in nature. And it's directly related to what you said, because you said lions do it, therefore I'm justified, i.e. happens in nature, therefore I can do it morally.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your proof that a human can handle a vegan diet? Where's your proof?
Well, we have like the scientific consensus, like world's leading dietitians have comprised loads of the data, and there's like a consensus that there's a statement from the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics stating, okay, well, vegan diets, so plant-based diets, are suitable for all stages of life. So I'm then referring to the scientific consensus. I'm looking at something that's highly regarded in the scientific literature, and yeah, it's stating it's safe and suitable.
Okay, but I don't think so though. But
You don't think so?
no, I don't.
But it's the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, like the largest body of the world's leading dietitians, concluding on many, many papers, looking at all the literature within that, and then they're making a conclusion based on that.
So I'm pretty sure that they're also saying that people cannot handle a vegan diet.
The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has stated that people cannot handle plant-based diets.
I'm pretty sure that there's some people that said that.
Well, some people and the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics are going to be different. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean some people? Who have you heard say that?
I'm talking about what you're looking up.
What am I looking up?
The dietitian, whatever you said.
How do you know they said that if you can't remember what I said?
But how do you know that?
How do I know what?
But how do you know that other people didn't say that was there?
I'm not sure what you're asking me, Nate. Sorry.
So how do you, huh?
Sorry, can you just try and rephrase it so I can understand?
So how do you know what they're not saying, that they can eat a meat diet?
I honestly don't know what you're... So are you saying, how do I know that they don't think that you can eat animals?
Exactly.
Well, they've put out a position stating that the absence of consuming flesh and secretions of animals still means that people have positive health outcomes. If you need something, like you're saying we do, and we can move on to that, if I require the flesh of animals, not only, I mean, if we really want to appeal to anecdotes, this is my 11th and a half year of not eating animals, so I've been vegan for 11 years. If I required the flesh of animals, I'd be dead, right?
Yeah, you would, or you'll get sick.
I would have been sick a long time ago if I needed it, right?
But that's not everybody, though. I'm sorry, I just don't believe what you're reading.
Well, this is the thing. If you're going to say to me that, like, are you familiar with the hierarchy of scientific evidence?
No.
Okay, so within science, you're going to have, like scientific papers, or within knowledge generally, when you're making some sort of empirical claim about things that can be measured and observed, you want to make sure that when you're acquiring data and knowledge about it, that you're doing it in the most reliable ways. So, we factor in different methodology or ways of collecting data or doing research. And then as we go up the hierarchy, it becomes more and more reliable based upon variables that have been factored in that won't then make it harder to find out what is actually causing a conclusion to happen. All these sorts of things. So when we look at the hierarchy, if you just look on Google, right, look up the hierarchy of scientific evidence or the evidence hierarchy, you'll see, it will say, and what you'll notice is there's an absence of any sort of thing like anecdotes. The closest thing you can get is a case report, which is like just like a collection of anecdotes or a more robust in a way anecdote. But even then it's at the very bottom because, you know, Joe's mum got sick eating animals. That doesn't mean meat's bad for you, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean meat is bad for you.
Exactly. So the way you're looking at the world and the way you're scientifically analysing it, it's not good because it would then compel you to actually believe that meat's bad for you because someone got sick.
Okay.
Yeah. But if I can't convince you with like what would be the highest level of evidence, then I don't really know what I can convince you of scientifically, right? Because we can't go through this in the same way. So what I just want to kind of talk about is your view of animals, right?
Yeah, okay.
Do you acknowledge that an animal is sentient?
I don't think so, no.
You don't think an animal is sentient?
No.
Do you know what sentient means? Can you just tell me what you take it to mean?
What does it mean?
Sorry, when I asked and you said no, you don't know what it means?
What does it mean?
So sentient means the capacity to experience, to feel pain. You know, you're a subject in the world. You see the world or in some way.
Oh, yeah, they can feel pain, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if I send an animal to the slaughterhouse, it's going to be bad for them, right?
But they try to find ethical ways to not make them feel pain.
Like what?
Like a blow to the back of the head or something that's quick.
Do you think that would be acceptable morally to do to a human?
No, I don't.
Would you for a second be like, oh, well, they found an ethical way to shoot them. They did it in the back of the head really quick. They didn't know. Or would you not even entertain that?
No, I don't think it's right, but it is. If somebody got to survive, it is what it is, especially if you got to eat.
Yeah, you can eat
Yeah, I don't think
plant-based.
it's right for humans at all.
You can eat plant-based, can't you?
Huh?
You can eat plant-based, can't you?
I do eat plant-based, but I also eat meat.
Yeah, but when you say, oh, you need to eat animals to survive, you don't though, do you?
Yes, you do. Not everybody.
No,
But yes,
I'm
you
talking
do.
about you right now. Let's just keep it on you.
Okay. You're talking about me.
Yeah, you
I
could
personally
survive.
don't know. I personally don't know if I can do a plant-based diet or not.
So you could do one, it's just you don't want to. That's what it boils down
Well, I
to.
don't want to.
Yeah. So let's stop saying, oh, well, we need to survive. We need to, I need
I'm not
it.
talking about myself.
Well,
That's the
we are
thing.
talking about you. Let's be very, very
Okay.
clear. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to hash out your value. You've made claims, okay? And I want to know why you're not vegan. That's why I'm asking you, if you think that they should
Yeah,
have their
because
rights.
I don't want to be vegan.
Okay. So you acknowledged that these animals are sentient. It would be a horrific experience to take their life away from them. Even if you shot them in the back of the head and they didn't know, this magical scenario that doesn't actually happen in the farming industry, right? That wouldn't be right for a human to do. So there must be something about all these other animals that's different. That means you think there can be an ethical way to take their life away from them just by shooting them in the back of the head. Is there something different about humans and other animals that justifies shooting them in the back of the head and it becomes ethical, but not for the human?
That's because I'm a human. That's all it is. I'm a human, and to me, it's not ethical. I think the animals would feel the same way, but we all got to survive. It is what it is.
You're doing the survive thing again. Remember, we've already said you could survive plant-based, you just don't want to. So please stop
Yeah, I
saying
just
that.
don't want to.
Yeah, then it's not about surviving, Nate.
I just don't want to.
Okay, exactly. So for you, the reason that humans are protected in this instance, but the non-human animals aren't, is because you're human. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Hocus Pocus?
Yes, I saw Hocus Pocus a long time ago.
Yeah, it's good film, right? You remember when the kids turned into a cat?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. Yes.
If you were turned into a cat tomorrow, would it then be justified to kill all the human beings on the planet?
If we were turned into an animal,
If you were turned into a cat tomorrow, the witches.
even though that's not logical, but okay, let's go there. Hey, if they feel like they need to eat me, that's fine.
No. I'm asking if you were turned into a cat by the witches, because you're not human anymore, would it then...
I just said that if I was turned into a cow or a cat, which some people don't eat cats though. But if I was turned into a cow and they want to eat me, hey, it is what it is.
That's not why I asked you.
Okay, what did you ask me?
Okay. So what you said to me, that the reason it's not justified to kill the humans, but it is justified to kill the animals, is because you're a human, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to test this logic. So now, in the Hocus Pocus hypothetical, you have been turned into a cat, okay?
Okay.
Now you're not a human anymore. So is it now justified to kill all the humans because you're not human anymore?
That's unlogical, but cats don't even think like that. So I don't know what you're getting at.
What I'm trying to get at is, just because you're not human anymore, or maybe if you died, or something happened where you're not human anymore, yeah? That doesn't suddenly mean all the humans on the planet lose their value, right?
Okay.
So what I'm trying to get at is, I don't think it's because you're human. I think you still value humans, even if you weren't human, even if you were, you didn't even exist anymore. I think you would still, value the concept of humans existing after you.
Okay, but these are unlogical, so that stuff will never happen.
Well, the second one isn't, because you literally are going to die, right? I'm going to die.
Yeah, I'm going to die no matter, of old age or anything.
Yeah, of anything, yeah. So, when we drop dead, humans don't stop being valuable, right?
No. There's people that cares about them, like family.
Exactly. And you say that's applicable to the non-human animals as well. They have families, they care, and we actually steal them from their families to have their flesh or their secretions. But they care about their families, and we take that away from them.
Exactly, you're right, but hey, I'm still human though.
Yeah? Therefore what?
And I'm going to keep eating my meat.
Even though you know it's the wrong thing to do?
How do you know what's wrong?
You've told me you think it's wrong.
Yeah, but I'm still eating my meat though.
So you're going to do something even though you know it's wrong?
I'm going to eat my meat, yup.
Okay, Nate. At the very least, could you maybe stop writing these weird comments against vegans? Because we've now demonstrated you don't have an argument against vegans.
I'm not going to stop, because y'all are still judging for what people are eating.
Yeah,
if y'all stop judging.
No, if
stop judging.
If I said to you, right, I have a partner and I'm just gonna abuse her and punch her. I know it's wrong, but I'm going to do it. Would you judge me?
Yeah, I would.
So why are you annoyed when a vegan judges you for doing something you know to be wrong?
So why are you annoyed that we judge you for judging us?
If I'm doing the wrong thing and I know it to be wrong, that's judgeable. But if I'm judging someone for doing a wrong thing they know to be wrong, and they judge
thing
me
is,
for...
but I know you don't want to hear it, but you're also killing animals also by eating your vegan diet.
Nate, didn't we address this? We're going like full circle within a circle.
But it's still the same thing, though.
But did a vegan ever say to you, the vegan philosophy means no harm whatsoever happens to non-human animals?
But the people that's growing the food has to kill the animals.
Yeah, what do the animals eat?
They eat vegetables. Some of them eat vegetables. Some animals eat meat, and some animals eat grains and stuff.
So most of the animals are, going to be eating grains, vegetables, crops. So what do you think is going to require more crops? Feeding people the crops or feeding the animals crops? Some of them who have a higher calorie intake every day than humans do, and then killing those animals and eating crops on top of that. Which one do you think is going to require more crops?
The problem is it doesn't matter. They're still killing the animals to preserve your vegan diet.
So what do you think is worse, if 10 people die or if 100 people die?
100 people would be worse.
Yeah, so would you pick the option of less humans dying?
Yes, I would pick the option of less.
Okay, and just to be clear, what would be worse? 100 cows dying or 10 cows dying?
It doesn't. And another thing I need to say.
No. Wait.
Ethical.
Can we do that in a minute? We'll do that in a minute. Can you just answer the question?
If people need to eat,
Nate,
animal.
I'm gonna lose interest if you don't answer the question. It just seems like you're not listening.
Okay, 100 cows.
That would be worse. Do you think?
No, 10 cows would be worse.
So 10 cows dying would be worse than 100 cows dying.
Yes.
Why did that flip?
Because, like I said, some humans just need to eat.
No, that's not what you're not being asked right now. Do you remember just before that I said what's worse, 10 humans dying or 100 humans dying?
You.
Yeah, so you picked the 100. Yeah. So what's worse? 10 cows dying or 100 cows dying?
10 cows dying.
I'm going to need to hear the maths on this one.
Because again, we still got to eat as humans.
That's not that. Why you didn't say this for the human context? So you think mathematically, 10 cows losing their life is worse than 100 cows losing their life, all things equal?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Because we got to eat.
That's not what you're not being asked about eating them right now. They just die. They're not for eating. They're like companion animals. Yeah. They're nobody's.
Okay,
yeah. Which one's worse?
Okay, if nobody's eating them, the 100 cows is worse.
Okay, and yeah, I should have made it clear. Like, you're talking about like crop deaths, so you're talking about like mice and rabbits and animals like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 100 rabbits dying or 10, which one's worse?
100.
Okay, so when you said it doesn't matter, when I asked you like which one's going to require more crops, it does matter to you, because if you're concerned with more lives being lost, that would compel you to go plant-based.
But the thing is, those rabbits that died, and you're just eating plants, are they being eaten, or they're just dying for no reason at all?
What do you mean by no reason at all? Can you give me an example?
Because you don't eat animals, right? And they have to kill those animals to supply your vegan food, and they're not being eaten at all. So they're just dying for no reason at all.
Yeah, but I'm concerned with them. That's why I'd go plant-based, because I'd contribute to a system that requires less energy and less crops.
But the only way for you to do that to do better, like you say, you care about your animals,
Mm-hmm.
go live off the grid.
I think that's actually not even allowed legally in the UK. Like, they won't let you, unless you have specific permits, even connect to water systems and stuff like that. I think I'd get in a lot of trouble with the law. But
But the
I don't
problem is
value.
you're still contributing to animals' death, no
Yeah,
matter what.
Nate, we've already addressed this, I think, 3 times already. So this would be the 4th. And I asked you if we could move on from that because we'd already addressed how that isn't applicable or has anything to do with veganism. And you said yes. And now you're going back on it. Why are you doing that?
Because I'm circling, because you're saying it's wrong for us to eat animals.
It's wrong to exploit them. Veganism is a stance against exploitation. So crop deaths aren't even exploitation. So it doesn't even connect with what veganism is in the first place. But of course, I would like
What
to
I have
hang
a
on,
problem with,
Nate. I hadn't finished my sentence. I'm trying to explain what veganism is, right? So, veganism is to deal with exploitation. So even if you're like, oh, well, it still kills animals. Yeah, it doesn't engage with what veganism seeks to abolish anyway. The exploitation is the fundamental issue. Of course, I'd like to see systems that consider animals as much as possible. Unfortunately, farmers, even plant farmers, aren't necessarily vegan. And I can't make them be vegan, despite what people say about vegans forcing views. So, yeah, I am now done. You can carry on.
okay. Only thing I have a problem with for the exploitation is people making clothes and leather jackets. That's what I have a problem with.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Because it's wrong just to make clothes out of animals. That's what I have a problem with.
Why
But
is it... Sorry, carry on.
But for survival reasons, eating meat, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't care what you say.
But the survival reasons doesn't interact with your instance because you've already acknowledged that you can survive plant-based, you just don't want to. Secondly,
I said I don't know and I don't want to try.
Yeah, and that's not about you surviving. So secondly, why is it not good to turn them into a clothing item, but it is so good in your view to turn them into a burger?
Because it's food for people to eat. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh,
you're wearing
wait,
clothes.
You like Jeffrey Dahmer?
That doesn't even make any sense.
But he ate people. Okay, they turned them into food.
Oh, keep going. I'm Jeffrey Dahmer because I'm eating animals.
No. I said, do you like Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, he turned people into food.
But that doesn't remotely add up or make any sense.
No, neither is eating animals.
He was a crazy individual. He was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy to take lives away from individuals so you can turn them into your meal. Yeah.
You're just making up anything like that. That doesn't remotely add up whatsoever.
Well, you haven't given a morally relevant difference between humans and other animals that would justify their exploitation, for all these other animals, but not the human being. So far, you said human, though, but then when I turned you hypothetically into a cat or talked about when you will no longer be on this earth, you still valued humans.
You're just saying hypothetical stuff.
Yeah, that's important in a debate. Yeah, Nate, hypotheticals. You are going to die, aren't you? Like I am. We are going to die.
Yeah, we are going to die.
So when you say it's never going to happen, that's not true, right?
That's not me being turned into an animal.
Okay, well, if you don't like unrealistic hypotheticals, we already dealt with that because we went on to the hypothetical that is realistic and inevitable. We're going to die. Humans are still going to have value even when we're no longer human, correct? Exactly. So that you still haven't given a morally significant difference between humans and other animals that would justify Jeffrey Dahmering non-human animals, but not humans.
Because that is, I can't think of the right. Eating another human is morally wrong.
But you've acknowledged that eating non-human animals is morally wrong as well. You just want to carry on, right?
The thing is, we can eat animals. It is morally wrong to eat another human.
But you said earlier you know it to be wrong because you think animals deserve their rights to be respected, didn't you?
Okay, yes, I did, but there's ethical ways to kill animals.
What's the morally significant difference that leads to an ethical way to kill these animals that wouldn't in the human context?
A quick death, not
What?
torture, not nothing like that.
So if I give a human a quick death, it's justified morally in your view?
No, it's not.
So what's the morally significant difference?
Again, because I'm human.
Yeah, but when you die and you're not human anymore, humans will still be valuable, right? I can't then turn them into burgers, can I? Morally?
No,
No.
can't.
So it's not human. It's not the fact you're human because you won't be human forever. So what is it?
You're going to die.
Yep.
You're not going to be. You're going to be a skeleton.
Yep. And I won't be human anymore. But humans will still have more like intrinsic value, just like the non-human animals will.
Well, anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna still keep on eating my meat, and it's morally wrong to eat a human.
Yeah, and it's morally wrong to eat cows, chickens, pigs because
No, it's not.
You said it was. Oh, so now it's not?
I'm gonna keep eating my meat.
So is it morally justified to send a cow to a slaughterhouse so you can turn them into burgers?
If they're not being tortured.
If they're not being tortured. So if I don't torture a human, I quickly shoot them in the back of the head, I'm morally justified in turning them into a burger?
No, you're not.
No. So what's the morally significant difference? There must be a difference with
Because that's an animal. And
humans are animals. Humans are animals.
But they're significantly less not that smart as humans, and I'm a human.
Not all humans are smart though. It wouldn't be justified to kill unintelligent humans, would it?
I'm going to keep eating my meat.
Yeah, and you haven't yet provided a justification. So when people turn around and judge you for something,
provided a justification on the reason why we really shouldn't.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just your morals.
I can give you a justification. I can.
It's just your morals.
Yeah, my morals, and they're yours as well. You've said it's wrong, and now you're saying it isn't wrong.
Well, my morals is eating meat.
I don't think that's how morals work. Are you saying your morality? Yeah, hang on, Nate. Do you mean your morality means that it's justified in your view to eat flesh?
It is justified,
okay.
Especially if I'm
So cow flesh, yes.
Yes.
Human flesh, no.
No.
Dog flesh?
I won't eat a dog.
Is it morally justified if I go turn a dog into a burger?
No.
They're not human though.
But the thing is, that's because I live in America, but other places would say different because there are places that eat dog.
Oh no,
I live in America.
Yeah, so it's like culturally, if you live somewhere, it then becomes, you get off the plane and then boom, it's justified to do different things.
I'm not saying I'm going to eat it, but in their culture, yes, to them it is justified.
So cultures that throw people into execution because they're gay or commit FGM, that they're fine and justified because it happens in specific parts of the world?
No, that's not right.
No. So can we go back and maybe change the comment you made about it being culturally permissible just because it happens somewhere?
Is. I'm going to stick with that.
Okay. That would be a contradiction, Nate.
It's contradiction to you, but
it is just a contradiction. It can't be if you say it is and isn't the case that culture dictates morality, that is a contradiction, like textbook.
No, it's not.
Okay. No, it's not. You've defeated me in debate, Nate. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll see you in the comment section. I look forward to your further arguments.
Okay.
Oh, and can you tell OmniKing to debate me, please? I really want him to teach me a lesson.
Yeah, I will.